Mississippi. Let me share this link to Facebook. All right. We should be good to go. I am running a tad bit behind, so let me get everything fixed up. Back up here on those three legs, y'all. I was gonna do it and not put my hands all in front of the camera, but I seen right quick that wasn't possible. Y'all had to forgive me. Y'all had to forgive me. Brody said he was gonna open up his cars. He bought some Hot Wheels and got him a mystery car today. He said he wanted to open it up right here while y'all was looking at him. We are gonna do a knife giveaway here shortly. And we're gonna wait a little bit. I am not cooking tonight. Roscoe, go sit down, son. He decided he needs to be on the live, I reckon. We're going to give away a knife in a little bit. We are not cooking because it is hot, number one. The table is covered with tomatoes, so we letting them ripen up to can them. We having to throw two or three away along because they're ripening on there. We're I see you, Roscoe. We are we cooked last night. We cooked quit. I don't want to be licked. Come on. Come on, bud. He ain't. I've been sitting here. He ain't bothered me until I turned the camera on. But I don't want to be licked. It's too hot, but I don't want to be licked. I can't handle it right now. We uh we cooked last night. We cooked crabs and shrimp, didn't we? We let Brody learn a lot about boiling some stuff, and he did some stirring in the pot. How'd you get them knees, Phil? Been over there scrubbing on the ground, ain't you? But we ate good and done a bunch of cooking last night. And then this morning, I left about 8 o'clock here, went to my new deer club that I have joined, and we did some riding around and scouting. And been up there all day looking for places to put stands, and we didn't really settle. I did claim one spot that I'm going to put one of my shooting houses. Uh, didn't really just nail down a lot of stuff because I can have more stands at this club. Uh, and there is some good road hunting club stands. And when I say road hunting, these stands are out on they're not public roads. They are logging type, they're gravel, nice looking roads, but they're not public right of ways. And you got stands out that you can hunt and shoot up and down those roads. So they have a system where you tag out and you stay so far from where you ain't shooting towards people. It's well organized. But you can get out there and like later in the year when them deer start rambling and they're crossing roads, that is a good way to hunt them. But I'm getting a spot for me and Brody to fix us a feeder that we can put our big stand that we built last year, where me and him can sit in there together and just have to watch one way. And it's I built all that, set it up better for him. We're only gonna see deer in one area, that way we ain't worried about them slipping up on us from different directions. And you may not see as many deer, but it's set up for him there. And then I've got a ladder stand that I'm wanting to put in there, and then I'm going to do a good bit of hunting this year out of some climbing stands. Number one, I'm going to have a climbing stand that I use up there a good bit, and I'm going to have some ladder stands and tideway pop up blinds that I use down here in this swamp. That I do a lot of. Hey, I'm gonna just go hunt this afternoon, or get up and hunt a little while one morning, and go in here and I'm gonna hunt this swamp a good bit this year. I did not hunt it a lot last year, but this year I probably will. So we rode up there today on our buggies, and me and my buddy down here, David Barrier, they call him Bowfin, and there's a good reason for that. But we all grew up out here in the swamp eating grinnell, and that's what the Bowfin is. But I'm pulling up my live chat on here where I can watch comments because I know I'm missing all y'all's comments. So anyway, we are been busy all day. So I come in, I told Michelle, she said, "What do you want to cook tonight?" I said, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like cooking." I didn't get in till a couple of hours ago. So I come in and had my stuff together, read over my scripts. I went and filmed my just-in-time video for tomorrow. And I come in here and sat down and started working on this knife giveaway. So knife giveaway talk. We're gonna give this away here shortly. We're gonna give a few people time to get on. We got 102 when we get up a little ways to get on there. So this week we hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was a goal that I was trying to get to. 50,000, just a good solid number, and it's took me 7 years to get there. So this channel is not just exploding, but it is growing, and it's growing slowly and surely, and I'm happy with it. I sometimes I get frustrated with it, like it ain't growing as fast as so and so's, but it's growing as it probably should grow. We've weeded out a lot of people. We've weeded out, people that's who was here for the wrong reasons, maybe or whatever. Uh, so we are where we are regardless. It's fixing to start growing though. I've had to sit down and rethink some things and redo some of my own. What are you playing in, Brody? Oh, you got a bottle of water? I didn't know what he was. But anyway, we're giving a knife away tonight. This is a Bowie knife. I'll talk about it here shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. I had a lot of people. I put the picture of the list that I made of the names. I went back about 5 or 6 videos that were fishing videos, a knife making video. I just went over a cooking video. I went over a couple of the last 5 or 6 videos, pulled all the names off, and I put each name that had come in, whether you come in 5 times or once, went in the hat one time, just to keep it fair as I could. Now, if you had 5 different channels and you signed in and commented under all 5 of them, I could care less. I put all 5 of them in there. You know what I mean? I didn't try to, wait out. Well, this is the same person with 2 channels. I didn't worry about that. I did the best I could with what I had to work with. I noticed there was some names that I thought would have been in there that wouldn't. They didn't come in or didn't come in on them particular videos. I don't know. I had several people ask me, "Well, how did I miss this?" I said, "Well, you ain't watched the lives because I have not mentioned this anywhere else." The reason I'm doing this way, when we got to 5,000 subscribers, I give away a Bowie knife. The first Bowie knife I ever give away, first knife I ever really give away. Please quit rattling that bottle. And I give a knife away, and I announced I was going to give a knife away and said, comment on this video. And I had people comment that's never watched another video. In fact, the guy that won that knife, as far as I know, has never commented on another video since. And I did want to give it, Brody, look at me. Stop rattling that bottle. You hear me? Don't do it no more. You hear me? And I didn't want to give this knife away to people that don't watch the channel. I wanted to reward people that are actively watching and engaging and not rob you guys that are here faithfully all the time of the opportunity. So I didn't mention we was giving a knife away nowhere but on this live chat. So anybody that missed that, that is why you missed it. And I told that I was going to pull comments out of videos. So I well told people what they had to do to win. I didn't just go over and over and over it, but I let everybody know that what I was going to do. So, Brody, go put that bottle up. Go over and put it up. So you get in trouble. I'm not going to listen to that plastic rattle all night. You got to pour that in a cup or something. Um. So anyway, the next thing, when we get to 75,000, I'm going to give away another Bowie knife. I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot. I didn't do this as a promotional gimmick to draw in more viewers. It is a celebration, and I wanted to reward the reviewers a chance to win one of these knives that you can't buy nowhere. I have never sold a Bowie knife. The only way anybody has got any of my Bowie knives is from giveaways. And you stop. See it, see it, see it. Oh, and that's the only way right now. I'm not gonna sell Bowie knives. Now, here in the near future, I may start. Depends on as I start forging and working on knives and finishing some stuff. I might be like, hey, I'm gonna give this one away, or I'm gonna sell them. My main thing is I want to build a website and put some of this stuff on the website. So, but with as many Jonah knife orders as I've got, I have not really been able to do that. Hopefully we get there. I have worked the last 2 weeks. I've not filmed a lot. I haven't been fishing. I haven't done a whole lot, but work in the shop. I have worked on that. We built a knife, filmed building a knife, and come on. But Michelle made tomato sandwiches. So that is what supper is tonight. You didn't put none of my banana peppers on it?
I can.
Please do. They right there. I went and picked some just for that. I didn't know. I really didn't know you was gonna make it in there. I thought we was gonna do it out here, but either way, I'm good with it. So a tomato sandwich, making tomato sandwich is what we got a bunch of dogs up here running around hitting the tripod. Y'all want to? When I get out here, for some reason, I can sit out here and just talk or read my phone or whatever, and they ain't nothing. But if I sit down and start filming, chaos and everybody's running around, wanting, kicking, banging, you know how it gets. So, and it don't bother me unless I'm trying to focus and talk, and otherwise I could care less. But anyway, it is it's good to be at 50,000. So, like I said, at 75, we're gonna forge another Bowie and give it away. So this knife, before we draw a name, this is the list of names. I mean, I printed it off, made it look professional. That way, they can't nobody say, "Hey, you rigged it, you people." Which y'all, most of y'all know I wasn't gonna rig it because I wish I could give all of you one. This knife right here. So I made me a little poster. Me and Chat GPT worked on this. If you use technology to your advantage, it's a wonderful thing. I know a lot of people are very skeptical about a lot of it. It's got its downfalls and its problems and the chaos that it's going to ensue and the good things of life that it's going to rob us of. But it is one of them things that is here to stay. So we must learn to deal with it. She go in the sandwich. I just thought she was gonna slice that pepper and lay it on there. I don't know. But anyway, she slammed left with my sandwich. I'd use Chat GPT to help me build this list of names by screenshotting the comment section. And I went over it pretty good with fine tooth comb to make sure we didn't miss anything that was there. Um, so this is a Bowie knife that I made. Uh, I made the sheath, made the knife. Yes, it is signed on the back. Somebody asked, and I was supposed to have signed a knife that I made the other day and sold. And after I shipped it, I forgot to sign that. So that was on me. But this knife is forged out of a G Wiz, which is I think a 5160. It is pretty thick. Just set that right there. You sit down and hold on to this for a minute. You in a hurry to run off?
I was just gonna fix me a sandwich.
Well, just sit there and please keep the flies fall off that a second. Um, so there is a video building this knife. Let me tell you the story. I filmed the video, built the knife. I beat this out of a G Wiz, which is an old antique plow. Uh, so there is a video on it, but I put a Bodoc handle on there, which is a yellow wood. That yellow wood will eventually turn brown. After filming the video and everything about it, I'm walking across the yard and I test my knives. I play with them. I really do. And I threw this knife and it stuck in the dirt and hit a rock and chipped the tip off. So the reason that happened is because we were having some problems with her oven. this thick steel I don't temper in my little oven down there. It will temper my thin blade knives because it don't hold that heat really good enough to temper this thick metal. So I brought it up here and put it in her oven. Well, we were developing some issues with her oven. We wound up changing the element. It would just go on the brinks at times and it wasn't getting hot. And we never really knew when it was getting hot, when it wouldn't. And at this time, I didn't know this yet. And I had tempered it in that oven for 2 hours at 400 degrees, but it didn't get up to temperature. The elements were failing. And when I threw it into the ground, it hit that rock. It had not tempered. It was still too hard and it chipped that. So long story short, I laid it down and did fool with it till we wound up fixing it. We wound up buying a new stove because we put elements in it, continued to have problems and burn another element out, and we just got a new stove. And when I got through, I had to bust the handles and all off to retemper it. Had to regrind everything out on that tip to fix the tip that broke off. So it shortened this up a little bit. But I polished it back out, couldn't tell the difference now. And I put this is Paduke on the handle. It is a pretty red looking color. I really like this wood. It's just a wood. Now, this sheath is ambidextric, meaning this knife will go in it either way. You can wet it and form it in there to however you want it. I had it in here left-handed because I was wearing it cross draw on my right side, left-handed. But all you got to do if you want to wear it the other way is wet this right here around this area, turn it the way you want it, and press on that a little bit and let it dry in there, and you'll be fine. You may need some re-oiling after you do that. But it is, I don't know the specs on it as far as width, length, and all that. But y'all, it's hand forged. It's pretty sharp. So the sheath is designed for the belt to run through this way, and you can wear it sideways. This is pretty tall to run through it where it would tilt, and you can wear it straight up and down.
Brody?
And it's designed to be ambidextric where you can wear it either way. And you can, in fact, turn this and run the belt over it if you want to. Of course, the logo's on that side, and that's the better looking side. But I've done this so that I can design a sheath that I can put in and send it to a left-handed or a right-handed person that won't matter. And it's deep enough in there that it'll hold that sheath fairly well. But now, if you turn this bottom side upwards, that knife is going to fall out. Okay. I hadn't tried to develop one that will function differently yet, unless it's the loop like the other one and you put something around it. And I have done that, but this one's not made that way. If it's worn up right, you don't really have a problem. So anyway, that is enough about that. We're gonna give this away here in a little bit, but I'm gonna eat my sandwich first. You're gonna go get your.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fix it.
Oh.
It's so hot.
It is miserably hot. It is still 90 degrees according to the app I looked at earlier. But it's actually probably a little hotter than that under here because that air conditioning unit running right there. And I would cut it off. It makes a lot of racket. It made racket in some of the videos I filmed out here cooking, but it's so hot you can't turn it off right now. And it'll be like that until late September. Brody and that puppy is out there putting on a show y'all can't see. So as we're waiting, sit. Don't get up here and grab my sandwich. We'll fight over that sandwich now. I'm missing all kind of comments, I can tell you. Yeah, John Culpepper, I'm fixing to smash this tomato sandwich. I'm gonna wait till Michelle gets hers and we can say blessing. Brody, I need you to quit making all that racket stuff while I'm filming and talking, okay? He can't. That fella we had to block will be on here talking about you being a brat again. No, he won't be back on him. He might watch and think it, but he can't tell us. I don't want to not let him play, but when I'm trying to focus and think, talk to y'all and read this, all that racket drives me nuts. If I'm just sitting out here not doing nothing, it don't bother me at all. But the next thing is I try not to constantly scream at him while I'm filming at this, and he don't mind unless you literally scream at him. The only way he listens. Brody, you're gonna have to get up and quit that, okay? You're gonna have to do something else. Or either get off out yonder and do it. Lord help. Driveway mechanic, yes, I use a window unit, and yes, I saw your comment earlier about do I cut my own hair? Yes, I put a number 2 guard. Brody, I said, please stop hollering. I put a number 2 guard on there and just go over it, and that's how I do a haircut. I don't know. Roscoe eyeballing that sandwich is what he's doing. He's sitting right here, sit. And I mentioned his name was a mistake. Outside the pulpit, yes, it's an ice cream night. I don't even know if we got any. We eat last night, and I when we got through eating, I ate a good many shrimp. We boiled them blue crabs. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't no big fan of crabs. They way too much work for what little meat's in them. Were they good? Absolutely, they were delicious. Uh, Somebody asked me, ain't that gonna be too hot as much season we put in? Well, that was a big pot. That was I don't know exactly how many gallons of water we had in it. We wound up really putting too much water in it. I did. That was my fault. But Brody, you're not gonna be up here hollering now. You look, come here, come around here. Let's have a discussion right now. Come around here where you can look at me. Look at me. Look at me. While I'm filming and talking to this camera, you're not gonna be jumping and hollering and making racket. Okay. If you and him's got to play and you got to get him all worked up, go out there in the front yard where you ain't bothering me, and then you can do anything you want to. Okay. You can't do it right here around me. You understand? I ain't mad at you. I just while I'm talking and filming, I can't handle it. There's cold stuff in the refrigerator. In that drawer, there's Gatorades. We had somebody send us a whole bunch of Gatorades. I think I know who. The box didn't leave us a thing to tell us who did it. But from Amazon, they sent Brody a bunch of Gatorades in here. And so whoever it was, if you're watching, I really appreciate it. Me and Brody drank a lot of Gatorade, and it takes a lot of Gatorade for us outside doing what we do. Well, I thought ask Mama, is she coming with her sandwich? What is she doing? Tell her we're waiting on her. I don't even know if she's coming. She may have just sat down in yonder. She's in there eating. Got me waiting on her, and she's in there sitting in there eating. So anyway, Lord, we're so thankful for this food. Pray that you bless it to nourish our body to give us strength and health. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Oh, I didn't know she was gonna eat it yonder. She didn't tell me. It's live. We don't make plans. We just be winging it. And I have realized that Michelle don't want to be on none of the videos. So that's when I start filming. I'm thinking, well, she's gonna come out here and sit with me and all of that. But no, she wants to go in yonder and stay off camera. So if y'all wondering why, that is I ain't gonna make her be out here. I bought me some clicks, but I'm gonna be honest with you, them hanging under me drives me nuts. I thought I could keep up with them better. Ooh, she put a jalapeno in there. Holy day. I think she's trying to kill me. She sliced it, put seeds and all. Holy day. I wasn't ready for that. I like the jalapeno, but I cut the seeds out of them. I might go get a bottle of water now. I think she's trying to knock me off. She must have took out insurance policy on me this week or something. Ooh. Ah, we're gonna survive now. I just wasn't expecting it. Roscoe, if you'd been into that, you'd been got off with. Yeah, they don't be none left. I ate that sandwich like you do. You just inhale stuff, and that's what I did. I just merely breathed it in. It's what happened. I mean, it's gone. Ah, my coffee's gonna taste different now. I can tell you that. Ah, yeah, I bit off into that sandwich. I had them banana peppers. They're sweet bananas, and they good on a sandwich. I didn't know she sliced that jalapeno, and I put jalapeno on a lot of stuff, but I always slice them long ways and throw the seeds all the way. I mean, most of them know the seeds are the hottest part. Now she cross sliced them and put the seeds and all on there, and I just wasn't ready for it. Oh, I bet she's in there watching this just to laugh. I do hope y'all got a kick out of it, cause I sure did. But it was still good, and I'd eat a nothing just like it. I'd probably pick them jalapenos off. I'm done. I don't need too much. Oh Lord, 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 John, that wouldn't shut up in my bones. It was shut up in my tongue. You know, they said on the day of Pentecost there was cloven tongues like as a fire. I know what they're talking about now. Oh,
Hey, Dad, tell me when you want me to
well, come on out here and have a seat down. Did you get jalapenos on your sandwich? Why not? You better hold on to it. Whatever you eating in there is about to fall out. You better manhandle that sandwich.
Dad, when you want to make, when you want to open my stuff.
In a minute, won't you sit down right here?
No, I want to stuff in the refrigerator on the table.
You done what?
I want some stuff on the table.
Well, when you finish that sandwich, we'll give it away. And you can open your thing.
All right, let's finish the sandwich.
Can I hit that garbage can? No, I cannot. I missed 2 weeks in a row with it. I could have told y'all I hit a 3-pointer. You'd have never known the difference. Unless I turned the camera around, whatever you seen the bottle laying on the floor over there. Yep. Well, yeah, I put a post on Facebook and I had several people that was sorely disappointed that they missed out on a knife giveaway. Hey, you gotta watch the live show. There is benefits to being a part of the YouTube family, not just the Facebook family. Because, like I said, I'm gonna forge another one and give another one away at 75,000. Jerry Jones, I feel like it did add to me sweating. I really do. I'm finna have to put these spectacles on so I can read these comments. I can't I can't read them without it. I'm getting old. Uncle Sasquatch said he got an arm like a rifle, the sights just off. Somebody told me the other day they said that they couldn't read because their arms was too short. Was what their problem was, why they couldn't read good. Oh Lord. Samuel Pruitt, the big dog is my mama's child. It passes through every now and then. I done got something on my glasses, done got smudges and smears on them. They look broke. But my bandana makes the glasses a little bit tight. I ain't sure that I'm a fan of these clips. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I like the idea. They're good glasses, but I ain't sure I like them. So anyway, yeah, Pepper has got me sweating. I'm gonna go back up and down through here right quick. Uncle Sasquatch, she didn't get me with a skillet. She went after me with the peppers. Yeah, yeah, Lord, Lord. All right. It is a beautiful hot day out here, Lord. Yeah, Lisa Stringer, she got me on that one. She sure did. Brody gets through with his sandwich. We're gonna give this knife away. See who won it, and he's got some cars he bought today. He won't show y'all. He bought him a mystery package of cars. He won't show. We got ready to go to church last Sunday and headed to church. And I looked down, and he had on a pair of sandals with socks on. And I asked Michelle, I said, why has he got socks on with them Jerusalem cruisers? And she said, he won't wear them without no shoe, without socks. Said he's going to have to wear socks. I said, where's his boots at? She said, he can't wear them no more. They're too tight. So we went at uptown to a boot store and bought him some boots this week. Found him a pretty pair of ostrich skin boots. I'd never seen ostrich skin for a kid. And so we found him some and got him some Dan Post ostrich skin. So he'll be styling when we get to church tomorrow. I like boots. I like cowboy boots. I like pointed toed cowboy boots. Somebody commented the other day I was cutting the grass. I did that little short video of me cutting the clouds rolling in. And I got my square toed Twisted X boots on. So these are my work boots. And the reason is Twisted X is really one of the only boots they make other than that moccasin looking boot that is a good boot. And I had some of them and I wore them out. And I had already bought these. They are very comfortable boot. That square toe is a really comfortable boot, but it don't look good. I don't like it. Bring them and bring that cardboard box right there. Don't dump it out. Hand it here. Hand it to me. You turning it. All right. You gonna open your cars first? He's about to die to open this Mr. Car. It's about to get the better of him. Come over here. We can't see you. Look. Well, we can see that, and you ain't even got to open it right now. You can just hold it up to the camera and show them your car you bought on that and turn it around where they can see it. There you go. Just lay that down, hold the other one up here. You got two. You're going to show them that and hold it still a second. Hard to see something when it's moving around like that. Hey, that's good. Let me see that car you just had. Send me that. That's almost a bandit car. That is a Trans Am. Pontiac Firebird, my bad. All right. You got that, or I need to open it?
Yeah. You just open it just a little bit so I can.
I'll open it. Okay, now you can dig in there, see what you got. I don't know why he wanted to do this, but I couldn't see where it was gonna hurt nothing. I'm sure I'm happy to see him playing with cars. I didn't think we was ever gonna get to the stage that he really liked cars. He had a good many that we'd bought him over the years, but he never went to town and was like, I like cars. My thing was when I was a kid, a Matchbox or a Hot Wheels car was usually what I got as a toy when I went to town with Mama, which was really about once every 2 weeks. We didn't go all the time, so you ain't even gonna show them what car you got. I don't know what that is, y'all.
Stickers.
Did it say what kind of car we got?
Read this. Okay.
A cyber speeder. So we don't know what it is. It's a cyber speeder. Michelle, we got questions. What did I do to you? Well, sit down. We'll talk about it. What? What did I do to you?
Why?
Well, why are you mad at me?
I ain't mad at you.
Well, why'd you try to kill me?
Oh, all them peppers?
Them jalapenos with the seeds in it.
You told me to put jalapenos in there.
But you didn't know to cut the seeds out.
No, I never could see that.
She tried to kill me. They got a kick out of it because I've been into it and went to sweating bullets and like to die right here on camera.
I never cut seeds out of jalapeno.
I always do. If I'm fixing to just eat it. Snort again like that.
He said put them in there. That's what happens when you bring the sandwich out and then you decide you want to.
Yeah, I should have took it the first time. I ain't gonna argue a bit. Where'd he go? I thought he was gonna draw a number.
You want me to draw?
Well, I was
He's
gonna.
got a show in there before.
I tell you what I did. I got that list over I showed y'all. It's got all the names on it. And Brody. And anyway, I got in there and I folded all them numbers up. And then I had this box and we got in the car and went around and around. A bunch of the numbers blowed out, but I think we got enough to have a drawing anyway. No, I didn't. I went in there and cut them. There is 63 numbers in this box. We're going to draw a number out. Then we're going to have to look at that list over yonder and see whose name is by that number. Are y'all ready to give a knife away? Let me get the boy. You hold the list.
The mosquitoes done started.
You keep up with that. That's the cheat sheet. Brady, you gonna draw a number? Where'd you go?
It's about too hot. There's coffee outside.
You look like you was fixing to steal my chair. That cross your mind? Yeah. All right, what you got to do is you got to reach in this thing and get one piece of paper out with a number on it. And y'all lay all in there, a bunch of them, 63 of them. All right, you reach in there and get one piece of paper. It don't matter which one, just pick you one. You got one. All right, you know what number that is? Do you know what number that is?
Yeah.
Turn it around, show them. Hold it up real close, hold it still. It's probably inverted, but that is number 35. Let me see that.
35.
That'd be
35.
At Josh Moick 3035 is who got that.
Josh Moick 3035. Look on number 35. I bet it's inverted and y'all can't even see it, ain't it? Yep. Y'all ain't gonna be able to read it no way. Are you on here tonight, Josh? I'm gonna give you about a week to contact me. So contact me, either message me. Best thing to do is email me. I'm typing my email address. So, like I said, if we've not had him claimed by next Saturday night, I'm gonna keep that box of names in that list, and we'll draw another one out. Number 35 is out. We'll throw it in the fireplace. So I'm gonna fold this paper up, put it in this box. Shell, don't throw this away till we've got a confirmed claim contact who to ship the knives to. So Brody, set that over on the table. So that we're clear after we give this away till next Saturday. Once we go live next Saturday, if it's not been claimed by then or I've not been contacted, we'll redraw. Does that sound fair to y'all? I think that's plenty time. I think it's plenty time. I'm sure though he'll watch and comment.
Mosquitoes are starting to come out. They want to bite me.
Yeah, the mosquitoes is on there. It's Josh Mowick.
What you showing them?
My colors.
You like him cars?
Yeah.
So anyway, knife is giveaway. I'm telling y'all, I have toted this knife and used it some. It's a very good knife. I've got to build a sheath for the one that I just did. I don't know what kind of sheath I want to build for it. I'm thinking I want to design some kind of a fringed sheath for it, and I don't know how I want to design it. So I haven't worked on it. I did order me some more leather this week, but I'm thinking about contacting Bear Meats Indian Den and having them send me some good buckskin that I can fringe myself. And I'm going to do some experimental stuff. I've got a good many beaver hides and some deer hides that I've got to either tan or have tanned. I've got to do something with them. My freezer down there is getting full of stuff. And next week, Monday, I've got to go back to beaver trapping. They contacted me this weekend, which we walked away from beaver trapping thinking we were going to go back down there in a couple of weeks. We had the camp out at Pickensville, and then after that it started raining, and we had other fishing trips and things I was doing. And for me to go set traps, I've got to have a period of time that I can go back and forth down there and work them for a while. And I was waiting on them to get settled on what they were going to do. As far as they had a limited amount of funds in the beaver trapping, and they wanted to wait and see which properties was priority. So I was kind of waiting on that, and then we just got busy. And I've still got some traps down there. I left them in the water, but we tripped them, so I've got to go find them. They may be corroded with the water drained down, but it should probably fill back up. I don't know. So when I get down there, I may have some traps that ain't worth having.
Email address or user ID?
That is usernames on this. That is whatever username. That is usernames off of their YouTube. When they comment, it'll be exactly what's on that paper. when they email me, they need to, if it don't match up to my looking, they need to have a screenshot of their or of their homepage of their YouTube. But like I said, y'all, we are when we looking for Harry. Um. Anyway, we've got to go back next week to Beaver. Them two's fixing to get wound up. Hey, we've got to get back though next week to the beaver trapping, and then we're leaving what Wednesday? We're gonna leave Wednesday and go visit my sister and them down at the coast. So I'll be down around the Gulf Coast area for a couple of days next week. And then when I get back, I've got to get my beaver traps hit pretty hard. Once I get sort of squared away on my beaver trapping, I'm going to be working on my knives in the meantime, probably later in the evenings and at night when it's cooler. Um, Soon as some of that tapers off, probably middle of July, we're going to start cutting new TP poles, peeling them and prepping them to re-erect and move the TP down to the pond. I'm
This TP?
yeah. I'm gonna move it down there to the pond where I can start doing some filming, some series. I wanna do some hide tanning down there. I wanna do some medicinal plant down there where I theme it around the way you would have dried in that TP and all that stuff. We want to do some cooking down there. So I've had full intention since I put that up at Christmas making TP videos, but a lot of life has happened last fall through the spring, and we've had a lot going on and just hunting and all wasn't where I could really film it. So we are fixing to do some TP videos because I want to do some camping in it. It's very hot, so I'm gonna have to probably run a thermosale in it to stay in it right now. So anyway, but a lot going on, got a lot of plans. Chambers of the South, you sending me a bunch of plants. I seen you had sent me some messages. I ain't had time. Honest to God, I ain't slowed down enough to sit down and read through. I've got uh a bunch of emails and messages and stuff to go through, and I just ain't had time to sit down and go through them. I literally come in and uh and went and filmed just in time, and then I sat down in that chair for a little while. And of course, while we was up yonder, I didn't have any service. So anyway, Mike, during them limbs back there fell in the driveway down there. So yeah, they come out of one of the recent storms, and they was in the driveway, and I had to hook to them and drug them up here. I was gonna saw them up and put them in the TP, but I got to thinking about it. I I've got to clean all this up. Another project that I'm fixing to undertake too is I'm going I'm gonna put a sink here. So this basket fryer that's up here that I cook in a good bit, I'm fixing to do away with it. It's that stainless. I can't keep it clean. Out here with the dust and dirt and that grease getting on it, I just cannot keep it clean. I'd rather cook probably in my cast iron anyway, and that belongs to my brother. I'm going to take it back over to the skinning shed where we got one of them fryers where we can run both of them when we having big cookings over there. I really don't need it here. And the next thing isn't that rocket stove's gonna move, and I'm gonna put a sink right there, and I'm gonna put a wall along that side over there where I can store all this cast iron that's on this table piled up over here. I've got to declutter out here. I can't even film no more because anywhere there's a flat surface winds up piled up with stuff. And then the next thing is I want to slowly start working on getting some kind of a floor out here, whether I save up, put a slab down, or I thought about just putting stepping stones out here, but I got to put a load of red dirt under here and get everything level and then go from there on whatever I'm going to do. So between now and fall, I have got a lot of huge projects that I undertake, and I probably won't get them all done. But I have goals.
Probably not.
I always have big ambitions, and I'm going to do.
Like tomorrow, our day tomorrow is already full. We got church at 2 o'clock, but
Yeah,
we got to pick peas early in the morning and then canned tomatoes tomorrow evening.
all the peas out there is getting ripe, and I needed to have picked them today, but I'd already had plans to get up and meet with. They was all going to be at the deer club, and I had to go up there today. In fact, I missed breakfast at the cabin this morning. I went over there for a little bit, but I didn't even get to stay till they eat. I had to leave and get up yonder, and it's just it seems like life is running wide open from one thing to the next, and I don't really like it that way, but to get everything done, you have to do that. And but this morning we needed to have been picking peas, but so we had to get up in the morning and pick them. Well, I've got deer tracks through the middle, so last night I got up at midnight. I was back up at 2 o'clock. I was back up at about 3:30 or 4 and checked them. And then I went and got back in the bed, and I never went back to sleep. And I think about 5 something, I just went ahead and got up and started making coffee. I couldn't went and sat on the porch for a little while, and then we went and I loaded up the buggy and went and sat and eat with them or over there while they were cooking. And my sister and them left going back to the coast this morning. They had to catch a plane back out to go back to upstate, up in the upper part of the United States, Pennsylvania, where they working. They come in and brought the seafood. They flew into the coast yesterday and they went to the dock at Gulfport and bought all that seafood and brought it up here fresh. So what we boiled last night was swimming in the ocean yesterday morning. So it was fresh seafood. We didn't catch it. I couldn't catch shrimp if I tried, probably. Not without some good guidance. Oh man. Driveway mechanic. We have a lot of Neshoba County is famous for red dirt. So what we'll do is I'll order a load of red sand dirt. It's all sandy, but it's red dirt, and it packs pretty good. And I'll put a load of that in there. Now you don't want to walk through it, track it in the house. So I probably won't put all of it in here in level, but I'll have to put some strings and I'll have to get everything out. So once I start that project, doing live back here will be over, but until it's finished. But all of this dirt and stuff under here, I've about had a belly full of it. You can't clean, you can't sweep. It's grass on these roads, and I want to get it done before fall because the fall is when I really like to sit out here and build a fire, even when I'm not filming. Just sit here and rock into. We want to go get us a big swing, a big wooden swing, and put out here. I'm probably going to do away with that table right there. I mean, I'm not going to do away with it, but I'm going to move it to somewhere else. I may put it over this way. I'm going to do some rearranging though. But I want to wall that one side up basically so I can put some shelving up there to set a lot of my cast iron and my cooking. And I want to build me a cabinet over the sink part of it to where I can store seasonings and stuff like that that just needs to be shut up because moisture control out here is a huge thing. And my cast iron skillets, rain blows in from that eastern side or western side over there, and it's a struggle with that. So I got several reasons why I want to do it. I like it open. I want to screen some of the rest of it. I don't want to seal it completely up. But like sitting out here tonight, the mosquitoes will eat you up after a while. And they're not as bad here because we have all these martins and we've got a lot of dragonflies. So we've got stuff that eat the mosquitoes. They're not as bad as you can go right down into the edge of them woods where them martins and stuff don't fly a lot, and the mosquitoes will slam eat you up then. You know, John Culpepper, I have not heard from Jeff Claudel in a week or so. I do need, I hadn't thought about it, but I do need to check on Jeff. I'll probably do that whenever we get off the live because I thought about it one day this week. I said, Jeff wasn't on the live. And through the course of this week, I've had a lot going on. I've been wide open in that knife shop trying to get a lot done. Because I've added a boat payment to my bills, and all of my stuff comes due toward the end of the month. So I had to do some playing catch up. And so I knocked out a good bit of stuff this week in the knife shop, and I've been really busy, and I've let it slip my mind. So yeah, we need to check on Jeff Caudell. Martin Meltzer is another one that hadn't been here in a while, and people think that you don't miss them, that you don't know that they're not there. Uh, and I don't just constantly aware of it, but I realize it at different times. Like, well, where was so and so? And you over the last 7 years I've been doing this, I've watched a lot of people come and a lot of people go, and some of them I'm sure I made mad. Some of them I know I made mad. Some of them I blocked. Just unfortunate. I try to be really lenient with people and not just block them, but I'm not going to put up with outright hatefulness. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I had a fellow this morning message me. He was all upset because I was promoting them Power Queen batteries. He said the problem with you people said y'all will get something. He said for a couple of weeks. He said y'all will sing high praises. He said when I do it, I test it for months. I didn't even bother to reply to him that I'd been running them batteries for 3 years. I'd well tested them batteries before I went to promote them. But I needed to do what he wanted me to do was what he wanted. That's the way most people are. We are short 117 thumbs up. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Jeff, there you are. We was just talking about him, and look, there he come, John. We was missing you, Jeff. Oh, what was I fixing to do? You made me lose all train of thought when he jumped in there. I don't know what I was fixing to check. Alicia Stringer, thank you so much. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'm one of the ones that ain't hit the thumbs up. Now we got 98 thumbs up. It's bad when you're too ignorant to like your own video, ain't it? I'm going to tell y'all something. I watch all of my own videos, not because I'm conceited or anything, but I learn from them. Not to mention it helps my algorithm, but I watch them. And somebody asked me, they said, "You watch your own videos?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "If I don't want to watch them, what makes me think somebody else would want to watch it?" And they said, "Well, I ain't thought about that." But I mean, if you make videos, do you watch your own video? And if not, why not? Because you need to make them where you want to watch them. Just a thought. I mean, Samuel Pruitt, Jeff Gray is he's busy. I know a lot of y'all don't realize this, but Jeff owns a company and a fairly large company. He plays on YouTube and builds on a tiny house over there for fun, but he is running a business that they put power in these telecommunication boxes. They power them, and he powers them all over the United States. And he's got crews that go out and do that. So he's very busy, and his business works in times, like he'll be working hard for a while, and then he may have a period where he don't have to he's got everything going, and then he can kind of step back and don't have to be hands on there for a little bit. But when he is hands on, he's working probably more hours in a day than most of us are for 6, 7 days a week. So, but that's where he's at. He ain't mad at us left. I talk to Jeff every now and then. Uh, but yeah, I miss him being on here. He's a good guy. I miss him making his videos. He's just laid back, just goes at it. He's got a personality that you can't help but like. I had to put my glasses on y'all to read the comments. Alicia Stringer, you've been commenting on stuff. You ain't been gone that long. A poor frog that won't praise his own pun. That's right. Yeah. Robert Cochran, your knife is built. It is not finished. I've got the sheath glued together and the knife glued together, but I haven't shaped it or stitched the sheath up. So I got a little ways to go. But I do have it. I do have you a knife built. Y'all, Robert Cochran asked for a knife 2 years ago. Or at least a year ago. And I got to his name. He called me and said something about, well, we got to talking. And in the midst of us, instead of making him a knife, he invited me to go with him with Bone Deep Lithics and dig for arrowheads. So we went and dug for arrowheads, and I forgot all about building a knife. So then on over, I was like, hey, man, I forgot to build your knife. And guess what? I never did get it built. So this week, 2 years later, I've got your knife pretty well built. You are fixing to get a knife. And another thing is me and my buddy was talking on the way home from the deer camp. Soon as we get some free time, we want to go down there and dig for arrowheads again on his property. He's got some property that is next to the swamp. It is some high ground right before it drops off down into a deep slough. And we have found a few arrowheads on it already last year. So we're going to at some point go back down there and go to digging again. It's been a while since I dug down there. But I have not forsaken digging. I hadn't had time to do all the stuff that I want to do. I got way too many hobbies, way yonder too many is what Andy Griffith would have said. And then not to mention we got medicinal plant season we got to get on top of. Joey at M4 Laser Works. How in the world? I was looking today when I was putting them names on that list for that Bowie knife that your name was not in none of the comments. You ain't commented on the video. Oh, Lord. I'm just picking at you. I know he's busy too. He missed out on the knife. But anyway. We may draw it again next week. We'll see. Douglas, yeah, there's a lot of people that's watching on a TV that you can do the thumbs up on a TV. You have to go up and then over to the thumbs up and click it. You just can't comment with watching it on TV, but you can do it. And I'll tell you the next thing. A lot of them people watching on TV are also watching on their phone like I am. And they commenting on their phone and hit like on it, but the TV's probably registering another view unless if it's logged in under the same account, it may not be. I don't know. But if it is, that may be why half of them ain't hit the like button. I'm not sure what it allows you to do or not do, honestly, or what it records. Yeah, Robert, we were up there at the deer camp cooking hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff after we had been riding a lot, and we were discussing why we didn't have one of them fans up there with us. I've got to get me one of them things because um, even fishing in the boat right now, sitting there, which we've had some breeze and wind out here today, and then when we were riding, we had breeze, but a lot of times it ain't, and on a boat it's really hot. So. Joey, I know you about got as many of my knives as I do. I think he's got a whole collection of them. Chambers, all the caps don't bother me. Y'all can type everything in all caps, as far as I'm concerned. It don't bother me. Yeah, Rhonda, I'll tell you something else. I have noticed I can get on my YouTube studio and click on videos, and it'll tell me how many people have watched that video. Now I can't see who's watched it. I can see who comments, but I'll see a X number of views here, and I can go over here and click on that same video in YouTube, pull it, and it'll have a different number. And I'm like, okay, why not? Well, I can go down here and click in the dashboard on the overview, and it'll have a different number. And I'm like, now, YouTube, do you know how many people's watched my video or not? So, I don't know. I ain't got it figured out yet. But anyway, so I got a question for y'all. In the spirit of medicine making, I posted a poster of a fall medicine that I'm going to make. I've harvested some elderberry flowers that I'm going to tincture, and I've dried them. Of course, they turn very brown. So they'll go into a jar. By the time I make the video, you really won't be able to see what they really are. I may have to go back and put a picture of them. I should have took a video of them now, and I didn't think about it. Um, I'm gonna film making this cold tincture. It's gonna have bone scent, mullein, uh, elder flowers, and goldenrod in it. I'm gonna make it on over when the goldenrod starts blooming because I'm gonna probably put some of the top in it for allergy purposes as well as the leaves. So we're gonna be in the fall making it. What other medicinal plant medicine? Because I have covered most of the medicinal plants in our area. Um, is there a plant that I need to do or redo? Because I've done wild lettuce to death. I've done the plantain to death. I've made the plantain salve several times. I've made the black tar out of wild lettuce several times. Uh, and I don't really know what I really don't make videos on stuff that I'm not going to use the medicine unless like y'all had requested. Like if everybody's like, hey, we need to do a video on this, how to do this. And it ain't that, hey, right now I know how to do that, but I know how to do the research in several different ways to find out how to do it and then do a video on making it just to have the video made because I got Foxfire books. It's got a lot of information on how the old timers made it. I've got Native American books on how the Native Americans made stuff. Uh, and the most practical thing with most things now is to just make a tincture because it'll last about 4 years. And it's very simple. You just dry the plant. You really ain't even got to dry it, but you just pour some alcohol over it, let it sit for 30 days. It'll extract what you want out of it. Put it dry. I mean, pretty simple to make a tincture out of anything. So I just wondered as there was something that we hadn't done. I have got some greenbrier tincture made. I could make another jar of it and then and then have a jar finished all at the same time because I've got a jar down there that's done. I made. Robbie Payne, no, I am waiting on the sweet gum sap to gel up. I need to go check that tree. I really ain't even been down there and checked it, but I need to go look at it. Joey, I have got some plantain salve made. What salve are you talking about? Second chance, you're still picking chanterelles. Yeah, Alicia, they is some as far as I know, I need to look, but I think there is plantain salve on the Etsy store. I'll have to double check. I'm really nervous about selling medicinal stuff, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Food and Drug Administration health people could really hammer you, and so I don't really sell a medicinal product. I have said, hey, I'll give you something to try, and you can make a donation to the channel. That's why Joey said what he said. Um, so the plantain salve you can get away with because it's more of a salve and a cream and a hand, I mean, it ain't really a something you ingest. But anything you sell for somebody to ingest, you can get in a hairy tight, and so I have to be very careful the way I do that. And you don't make enough money off of making it and selling it for it to really be worth the risk that's involved with it. So just know that going into this. A lot of people message me that asked about it, and I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of them I don't even reply to because I, you don't know who they are, and they probably mean well, but I mean, it's a. I don't really like doing anything illegal. I just cause it ain't worth it, really and truly, for what's at stake. But if you're interested in any of it, like Joey said, just email me and I give you some, and then you can just make a donation to the channel for whatever you think it's worth and or what it means to you or whatever, and we'll go from there. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, I got it for sale. You know, I'm more about doing this stuff to try to help people. I genuinely, the reason I do medicinal plants is I want to help people learn how to take care of themselves. I feel like at some point in life we're gonna get to a place that we can't afford to buy medicine. It's steadily going up, and the people that are the most at risk are your elders that are on a fixed income, that are on Social Security, and they have a limited amount of funds. And I'm going to be honest with you, you can't live on $2,000 a month, and some of them ain't even getting that. I've known people that wasn't getting $1,200 a month, and a person can't live on that. I don't care if they got everything in the world paid for. You just existing, and so if they have to buy medicine out of some of that, even if insurance covers a great deal of it, you still at call. Well, if you can go out for minor things, now I'm not going to try to treat somebody's heart condition, and I mean you have to use common sense with this stuff. You need to go to a doctor anytime and find out what is wrong with you because number one, if you just got a symptom, I can't tell you what plant's gonna fix it because I don't even know what's wrong with you. I can tell you what a plant does, what the science behind it is, what the book says, because I'm pulling knowledge from a book, off the internet, off different places. I'll help you correctly identify what plant is what. But for me to tell you what's wrong with you and that something will fix it, I can't really do that. I don't, cause you need to go to a doctor and find out, for sure what your problem is. It's like my dad running that fever. We got his fever down with that bone set, broke the fever right in about 15 minutes. But we still had to go find out he had pneumonia and then correct and get whatever he needed to fix that problem. So I mean, a little common sense is all it is. Most of you know this, so I'm preaching to the choir, but I just want to make sure that it is well said that I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to doctor on people. I want to teach you how to take care of yourself. So thus, I really don't try to sell medicine. I want to teach you how to make it for yourself. Is what I'd rather do, and that's the God's honest truth. Because I'm not in any of this for the money. And when it's like that guy fussing at me today about taking the batteries and doing promotional videos. They just a lot of people really don't like you promoting a product. And I get it because you take a whole bunch of free stuff just to do videos on it. And I got a company right now trying to send me lights. I got a company trying to send me some more bicycles. And Michelle's wanting me to take the bicycles so that we can all have one to ride around at the campground. Brody can't really ride with me on the scooter. He's scared to death of it, and that scooter will flat fly. It'll run off and leave that bicycle. And I've used a bicycle for hunting, not to mention that bicycle we got. It's a good one, but it fell off the back of the camper and skidded down the road, and it survived, but it's skin up and got some brake issues now. And one of the handlebars is got the end skin up. But it they're good products. Most of the stuff is. And I test it. I check it. Like they sent me that Caskeens rod. I fished with it. It broke in the last rental fishing video. It broke the line. The eyes broke off is what happened. And I didn't figure out what happened till I got home and got to really inspecting. One eye broke and then the other one, the insert broke out of it. So I contacted Caskeens. And here's where I stand when I'm promoting a product. I'm not really promoting this product that, hey, it's a good product. It won't break. It won't tear up. I make knives. I make good knives, or at least I try to, but I'm well aware that that steel I'm using could have a flaw in it that I can't see and it could break. So, what makes my knife company a good company is that if your knife tears up and you say, hey, look what happened to this knife I bought from you. If you'll give it back to me, I'll either build you another one or I'll fix this. And that's what I asked out of Caskeens. So when I got up with them, they said, yeah, we don't want that. That ain't good. We're going to send you another rod. So I'm currently waiting on that rod to show up. But I don't have no problem with telling y'all, hey, this rod had a problem. This happened to this rod, even though I used it and it worked good for what I was doing. I can't foresee the future, but I don't hide the fact if you continue to watch my channel, you'll know that, hey, I'll check this later on. And if it fails, I'll tell you, hey, this broke. Did this company stand behind it, or are they like, no, we sorry about your luck, you know? And I've had Dan's True Dave sent me some shoes, and the top started coming unraveled. And I called him. I was like, "Hey, these shoes is coming apart. You wanted me to do a video on?" Oh, well, they sent me a brand new pair. They still in there in the box. I'm still wearing the old ones, but they did send me a new pair. So if that company will stand behind their product and replace it when it malfunctions, I'm okay with that because it don't matter what product it is or how good it is, it can fail. I'm fixing to have to go turn a light on over here, ain't I? Else all of a sudden y'all gonna just be watching a black screen. The next thing is, will y'all permit me to go get another cup of coffee? That done got cold. I promise I'll be right back. Don't all of y'all run off. We'll tell a funny when we get back. Uh, so y'all, I will probably tonight be at war with a deer. Oh, I'm gonna just tell you right now. If I get in my peas tonight, I might skin one. I need some more ground deer meat. And in Mississippi, they don't just come out and legally say you can shoot them, but in a way they say if they in your crop, you trying to protect your crop, you can do away with them because they a nuisance here. What I do with my glasses up here? What's Unc needing the medicine for? Uncle Sasquatch, I can tell you, you need my anti-anxiety tincture because I'm crazy as a road rat. I'm gonna tell y'all something while we talk about that. While that question is out there, and I know he asked at being funny, didn't really ask for a medicine. I built an anti-anxiety medicine or created it, just my own blend, and I've been using it. I've been using it not a lot. I don't take it all the time. But if I know I'm going into a situation like really I should have took it before the live tonight, would have helped. Well, like Brody back here rattling that cup, that wouldn't have bothered me had I took that tincture. But with me trying to focus and talk, and I'm all worked up, I get excited and my blood pressure gets to going, and I get to talking a lot, and I drink coffee, and that makes it worse. So I mean, you get it. I mean, I know I got problems, but I do know how to fix them. I just don't always fix them. Oh, but I made an anxiety medicine, and I did a video on it. You'll have to dig back into medicinal plants videos playlist to find it. But I used skullcap, I used lobelia, I used wild lettuce, and I used maypop vine in it, I think, if I remember correctly. And I tinctured it in just some old red label vodka. And I can take really less than a spoonful. It's got a little dropper in these bottles, and I can that dropper about half full, so it really ain't much. And I can feel the effects of it. Now that skull cap would probably work by itself, but the cardinal flower in it, the lobelia, it helps a good bit too. That's its qualities. Maypop, and then the wild lettuce is a pain reliever as well as a sleep aid. So all of them have common effects. And I just created this blend and tested it, see what it did. It works good. So when you're talking about being crazy as a road rat, that's the reason I take it is because when I get and the last time I really used it is when we went to the campground and I went to set up my camper. And this is the last trip when I went with just the family. He's running around asking questions. We're there with the Roscoe and Lucky in the truck. They trying to get out and run all of it. And I'm trying to keep them contained. There's always people walking up asking questions while they see me and see my logo. And hey, I watched you, and I'm talking to them and trying to set everything up. And there's usually something that goes wrong normally. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. Something don't work right. You trying to figure that out. Well, in that process with all that going on, my mind goes like, and I'll get all fuzzy. I can take that tincture, and I just went and set everything up. I had no problems, nothing. The next thing it has helped me do, I can go fishing, and if I ain't catching fish, and I get to trying this and trying that, or what am I doing? And then I get to where I'm not really fishing. I'm working it like a job, just and you don't catch fish like that. You have to calm down to be successful at fishing. The reason a lot of people don't catch fish naturally is because they too worked up all the time. They in too big a hurry all the time. To be successful at fishing, you've got to get in a calm, relaxed mode and be chill and just relax and fish, and that's when it'll happen. So I can take that tincture and it will help me be successful fishing because I'm calmed down and it don't bother. So, like, when you go to Walmart, like on the day before Thanksgiving, and it's like, crazy as a Betsy bug in there, and everybody's trying to run you over with a buggy, and you dodging old ladies with shopping carts, and watching your toes, and your wife asks, well, what do we need? You're like, all I need's out of here. I can't even think of what we need. That's how I get. I literally get in there and she'll be like, what else do we need? I don't know. I can't think. I don't remember what we need because I'm like, what's going on over there? What are they fussing about? What boy she like got me? I mean, I can't think. I can take that tincture and I can walk through there and it don't bother me. It don't make me feel like, oh, you don't even know, but you just all of a sudden stuff don't bother you as much. So I that kind of stuff works. I have tested it and it works for something that's growing out here in the yard. Would get a lot of people off of these antidepressant, highly addictive, uh, I don't really know what to call it, anti-anxiety pills and medicine. I don't know the names of these, all these stuff that I know there's a lot of people taking them. And the problem is these tinctures is very bitter. They not, pleasant to drink. So it ain't like one of them things you're gonna get up in the morning and just take a swig out of it. It'll curl your eyelids up for you. But when I sit here and tell you something will work, it's because I've been using it, testing it to see does it work. Martin Meltzer, where did you come breezing in from, son? We've been missing you. We done slam give up on you, Martin. I mean, Robbie Payne asks, is there any kind of plant that works good for Pharisis? I'm not sure what that is, Robbie. Somebody will have to correct me on what that is. Jennifer Ocean Homestead writes, lemon balm is 100 times more powerful than Ozempic. It suppresses appetite, and if you aren't eating, you will lose weight, but also get the nutrients you need. Well, that's good to know, Jennifer. I will definitely be looking in that because Chambers of the South is sending me some lemon balm. I probably need to, and I do. I want to get my weight in check before it gets out of hand. I'm not overweight right now. Well, I'm probably overweight. Uh, but I ain't like where it's a problem yet. We're slowly transitioning into watching what we eat. We're not on some kind of a strict diet right now or anything. Not, but I'm like, I need to kind of get a handle on, and my gut don't bother me at all. I'm not trying to impress women whatsoever. What drives me nuts is right back here. My pants cut into me back there. Just I don't know. That's what bothers me the most is this muffin back here. Oh, where is a good place on Kemper to bank fish for white perch? I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't answer that one. I really don't know. I, I have recently learned to catch them in a boat. I don't know if there's anywhere there probably is, but I don't know where to tell you. Now in the early spring, you can probably find them spawning up there somewhere, but I can't tell you off the top of my head where that would be. Jody Floyd said her husband needs that tincture. You watch my video on making it and replicate it. These medicines that I do, they're not hard to make at all. They're not hard to make. Can I do a live scope teaching giveaway? I probably ain't a live scope teacher yet. I'm just now getting my graduation from it. They say I started live scope kindergarten, and Mr. Bill told me, he said, now when you go and catch your first limit of crappie, you graduate live scope high school. So I did go get a limit, caught a limit of crappie at Kemper, which is probably our hardest lake to catch them on. I have went to Oak Tibby. I did not catch a limit at Oak Tibby when I went by myself. And the reason why I could have, but I was catching little fish and I moved and hunted another top. And I was catching little fish and I moved and hunted. And I'm trying to mark tops. So right now, what you're looking for, really structure in 10, 12 foot of water. So it's not that hard mentally, but it's with a live scope, it's a trick to control the boat, fish with one hand, operate the live scope, and know where all of this is lining up at. That's the art of it. I've got a wild lettuce right here that's over 10 foot tall, growing right here at the back of the house. I'm letting it grow. I'm going to harvest it later in the year. I've done hung one up to dry. We hung all of that mullein I picked. I got a truckload of mullein. We hung it up in that little building my dad built down there as a shooting house. So Mike Culpepper asks, is a TP holding up good? Yes. Anybody that is interested in a real TP, you're really going to use it extensively. That one has been up for 6 months. No problems whatsoever. No weak points. The leather's faded a little bit. I'm going to get something and recondition that leather, put some salve and stuff on it. That is a bomb-proof TP. I am pleased with it. That's why we're gonna make new poles and move it down there, and we're gonna do some videos. I want to really promote Secret Creek. It's what was Colorado Yurt Company. They make the best products out there on the market, as far as I'm concerned, for TPs. And like old boy said, y'all take this stuff because it's free and praise it. I've had this thing up for 6 months. That thing's bomb proof out there. I've been all in it. I mean, the wind's blowed. We've had limbs broke down and trees blowed out, and that thing's still standing there. So, yeah, I've pressure checked. It's been up nonstop for 6 months. If it'll do that, you can't ask for more out of something. Our skull cap Chambers of the South is gone here. Now I can probably find some saw paw metal. Bill Valentine, they say that Grenada is hard to fish. I don't know. I don't know that I can go up to Grenada. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I'll have to see. Somebody said Russell Foster said I missed the light knife shop lives. Well, now I think I've got all of my internet back working good, and I may change internet, y'all. Let me mention this. So with the internet working, I may get down there because I'm gonna be doing a lot of knife shop work here in the future between now and fall anyway. Um, I want to forge some stuff. So I want to film some more knife making videos of the one of a kind knives. But with the internet, they have just recently put in AT&T fiber here. And the girl come up here and offered it to us, offered us a promotional deal and all. And she wanted me to bundle all my phones and everything together and all. It had this wonderful prize. And I'm like, I don't want AT&T phones, so I'm not really interested. I'm going to keep my C Spire phone because C Spire service works good here. But my dad decided he would try the AT&T fiber. My brother's getting it. Both of them have Starlink, and they said it was about 7 times faster than Starlink, and it's $50 cheaper. So I'm probably gonna contact them and let them put the AT&T fiber here in the future, and we'll see about promoting it. My dad said the router didn't boost it out very far; it was weak. But my brother seems to think, and he is a computer technical type guy. That's his field of expertise, and he said that's easy to fix. So we'll put a different router on there and boost that up. That's puppy come through there and kick the tripod. So that's my issue. I need to boost it down to that. And I've got a wavelength thing that I got off TikTok Shop. I did a video for it, and I've been running it a year, and it's the only way I've got internet in my knife shop. So I got it working, and we may try to do a live down there here in the coming weeks. I probably won't do one this week because I'm going beaver trapping Monday, I think. And I may be Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna camp out down there or just go Monday and come home. I got a lot going on here. I may go down there and come home and then, but we're leaving Wednesday, right?
Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. Just whatever.
I may need to go by and check my trap before I leave and go to the coast. So we'll have to see.
I've been around there. I put me some new light out there, around my goldfish pond. I've been out there waiting for it to get dark. Come on.
John, how long have you had AT&T fiber? All of us, they just made it available. It has just popped up here. So they've been running it like 3 or 4 days, is it? Maybe a week. I don't know. Yeah, Bill Valentine, you've got it. You like it. So that's the thing. See, my C Spire's running me about $130 a month, but it was the only option we had out here. I won't give up my stuff. I'll have where I can just turn it back on whenever I want to. So I'm probably gonna call and tell them to come hook me up some AT&T fiber. I've heard it's fast, and if it's that fast, it will eliminate any problem on our end of this buffering with the live stream. So I don't know exactly. All these numbers y'all throwing out there is a little over my pay grade. I can sit down and tell you what I got. I know how to run speed tests and all, but I'm not up to Q on that. I can tell you what you perform portfolio me is, but I don't know about them numbers y'all giving out on that Starlink and the fiber. They really don't like it when I call it war either. They want you to say wire. Oh Lord. I have some fun with them though. I'm gonna be honest with you. They I was listening to some people talk and they were complaining about why the older generation had it so easy and they could buy a house for this price and oh how awful it was now. And I'm like, yeah, stuff's more expensive now. But look at the amount of stuff now that we have to have that those older generations didn't need. I mean, they had a phone that might have been $30 a month. Light bill might have been 100 something. And most of them back in them days didn't even have water. They had a well they used up in there. At least here, these folks used a well up until the 70s. I mean, they didn't have county water here till the early 70s. It may have been here, but everybody wasn't on it. A lot of people were still using their wells. They just put pumps in them because they had hand dug in their wells. Now, some of the water wasn't that great in areas because it's some of that low area down there just kind of was stagnant. And the way they dug the wells, they stacked them culverts. Well, it would seep through the cracks and stain the water and stuff. But they lived on a lot less than we got to have internet. And I mean, we've got phone. I got more cell phones that I mean, we got stuff that we we need it now. I mean, I told somebody they this iPhone, I live my life through it. All of my social medias run through it, all of my business run through it. I sell my knives through it. Without it, I couldn't sell none of my knives. So I would be back to working for the public somewhere. All of my business transactions is through it. All my money is handled through it. I very seldom have $100 bills in my pocket. And usually I have more fives and tens than I do anything. I don't try to keep no one. So anyway, it's just, a thing. Martin, you had a stroke. Sorry to hear that, bud. I really am. We will be praying for y'all. Y'all say a prayer for Martin. In that note, my buddy, Mr. David Barrier, y'all say a prayer for his wife. She had a valve replaced in her heart and a bypass, maybe even 2 bypasses. I don't remember. They opened her up though and did heart surgery. Well, it is getting infected and the wound is infected. They've got to take her back Monday. They give her some medicine to put in the galls to doctor this infection. They're going back Monday. If it's not improved Monday when she goes back, they're gonna open her back up. And so say a prayer for her as well. But Martin, we'll be praying for you that you recover from your stroke, man. I am so sorry to hear that you had that. Chambers of the South said after 3 years of South, he was pronouncing oil. Y'all see how I said the same both times? You probably didn't notice that, did you? Oil is pronounced oil, and wire is pronounced war. Of course, you know about maters and taters. Yeah, Darlena, it's tough for the older generation. My dad is 81 and he's handled it very well. My dad's he got iPhones when they first come out, and he's upgraded several times. He's got mama an iPad, and my dad has learned to. He's not just real tech savvy, but he's learned to adapt and use it and work it to his advantage and stay on top of it at his age, which is highly commendable. And I understand at 45 right now, new stuff. I'm like, man, I don't want to have to learn to operate something. I can operate everything on my phone that I need to operate. My problem is when something goes haywire and don't work like it's supposed to, or like it used to work when they update it, and I got to relearn or figure it out. I don't know how to figure out the problems. Well, used to I could have worked through that. I'm good with my hands. I just mentally I don't this technical stuff, so I can learn how to make it work. But once I learn it away, if it changes, I mean, I'm frustrated. I'm not gonna say I can't figure it out, but I get really aggravated. So yeah, Wender's another good one, Samuel Pruitt. Right now, I've done that. I do stuff right now. And do you wash your hands or rinse them off? Which one you do? You wash them or you rinse your hands off? And everybody needs to come over here, or either we'll go over there. Whichever one you want to do. I mean, we can stay right here, or we can go over there. Oh Lord, and it's hard to type that stuff out like it sounds. You have the Jonah and the Gideon. You've got the Caleb to get, and you've got the Daniel to get. That is the four that I'm currently doing. I'm gonna launch the survival knife pretty soon. Oh, I've got two of these survival knives built. I just finished working the kinks out of mine that I'm gonna keep for me. Is my knife. I redone my sheath. I just got finished with it, and I'm gonna start toting it. Right now, I don't even own a Jonah. I really don't, y'all. This is the Caleb that I'm toting right now. I built it. I've had it for a while. It's a little thicker bladed one. Very good knife. I love this knife. I'm probably gonna tote this mostly through the winter and stuff as far as everyday carry. When I know I'm going into the bush, woods, fishing, kayaking, whatever, I'm going to tote my survival knife. So the next thing is the other survival knife we're going to dub the spirit knife. We talked about all this. I had some problems. The people that I originally had planned to send it to, we had some issues with, kind of had a falling out. I ain't going to send it to them. So I need to come up with a list of outdoor channels that are interested that want to take this knife, film a video with this knife, and use it, and then send it back to me. and let me send it to somebody else. And we want to involve some other channels with this survival knife. I have done some videos. I'm probably going to do a review video with it maybe this week. I may take it to the Beaver Woods with me tomorrow or Monday and film making fire with it, film chopping limbs with it, just film using it in real life. It's where you could skin with it. It's got several functions and go over all the functions, which I'm going to keep my personal one and continue to use it. I may take the one I'm going to send to somebody just so I can use it. We'll send it. I want to pass that thing around. I want to send it to some different channels to help promote the knife, to help promote the channels, all of that. The next thing is we got to come up with a price to put on this knife whenever I launch it and say, okay, this is fixing to go on the website for sale. And there'll be a limited number of them on there, and I'll do restocks. So we fixing to try to make all of this happen. Because I'm going to eventually quit taking orders like I've been doing them through Messenger. In fact, when people message me right now about a knife order, I'm kind of like, I don't even look at it. Because I got so much of it, and I'm trying to transition over to, hey, I built this knife. You order it, you pay for it, it comes to you the next day. There's no waiting on a list for me to get time to build. So the Caleb is 160, John. I know I want to send this knife to my buddy Outdoors with Casey. I don't know if on Facebook, I'm not sure. I think he's got a YouTube channel as well. I haven't watched it because I don't watch a lot of YouTube anymore. I don't have time. But I follow him on Facebook. If you're not familiar with Outdoors with Casey, if you're on Facebook, pull him up. He's Outdoors with Casey. I don't know his story, but he's missing his arms. He don't have arms. Okay. And he has not let this slow him down at all. The man can catch fish. The man can set traps. The man can do all the stuff that I do. It is amazing to watch him show how he shoots a rifle and reloads it. And I mean, it's just amazing to me that this guy with no arms shows you how he does this. And I want to send this knife to him because this guy has been an inspiration to me. I don't just watch him all the time, but I follow him and keep up with him. And he's just amazing. If anybody had a reason to say, hey, I'm gonna lay down and quit and I'm not gonna do nothing and I'm just gonna mooch off the government and let people foot the bill for he's a legitimate case. But this man is still going strong, trying to do everything that he wants to do in life. And my hat is off to it, y'all. I am serious. And if you ain't watching him and you're on Facebook, you need to pull him up and follow him. Outdoors with Casey. So I know he asked about that knife for him and his son or somebody to look it over. I'm going to get up with him and probably send it to him first. If there's other people that have an outdoor channel, you film outdoor videos, you watch me on here, reach out to me. I had a couple. We got set back and I wanted to get everything prepared before I started promoting this knife that, hey, I can build some of these. So when I do this knife, it's going to be expensive because it's going to come with a sheath. It's going to come with a ferrocerium rod, the big 1/2-inch one. It's going to have a knife sharpener in with it. And as far as I know, and as we send it around, we may be like, hey, we need to change this. Hey, this don't work good. We need to adjust this. That's going to be the whole purpose of doing it. So it could change. Bring that here. It could change over the process.
What?
Bring that here. So y'all, we got a VacMaster vacuum sealer. I know some of y'all seen some videos on it. Look what it did with these butter beans. These are fresh butter beans. I went and we planted butter beans, but with the rain, the grass is all in them. They're still down there, but it's a mess down there. Them morning glories have took over. It's been so wet. I did ply it, and it didn't help a whole lot. So I went and bought some. They had them at Williams Brothers here in Philadelphia for like $35, $38, something like that for these butter beans. And it was all of them. How many bags do you have?
3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, it's a whole, you seen how many she had in her arms. Here, come here and look. All of that, a whole pile of them things. And that vacuum sealer just dive down to no air in them at all. So we've done some. I did the corn the other day, and I know I jumped way off on a whole different topic when she comes out here. We'll get back to the survival knife in a second. I ain't completely lost my train of thought yet. But I did the corn the other day. Somebody left a comment on Facebook or somewhere and said that they did that and the corn let off a gas in 3 days and it unsealed. Well, I've checked mine every day for a week and it has not unsealed. So I don't know what happened to them, and I'm not going to say, hey, it didn't happen. I don't know. I'm sure it did, or they wouldn't have left the comment. I don't think they would. Might. I don't know. But mine has sealed and done well. I have always froze corn on the cob in the shucks in a cardboard box. Now, when you get it out, put it on the grill a year later, it's a little dried out, don't do as good. But you put it in some boiling water and do like we did the crab boil stuff. You couldn't tell it wasn't fresh for me when I did it out here because it rehydrated basically. Well, this sucks all the air out. I can't see where it's going. So we'll find out. We'll find out what happens to it. But anyway, now let me get to the comments because if anybody's got any channels that you know that would be interested, or you have a channel you're interested in this survival knife, doing a video with it, uh, I'm gonna look for several channels to send it to. So mosquitoes are starting to eat me up, y'all. Mike, what are you talking about? I missed out on something. I'm reading Chambers of the South talking about the way they pronounce stuff. So some of y'all watch Outdoors with Casey. He is oh he is an amazing guy. He just I mean he's really truly an inspiration. If you're ever feeling like I can't do nothing and I ain't as good as somebody else at something, you need to watch that guy for a little while because he'll make you recheck yourself and rethink your what you can and can't do. Um, me being a minister, you deal with a lot of people that develop a mentality of, well, I can't do stuff, and we get feeling sorry for ourselves and getting the ugly grubs, and we just think, man, everybody's got it better than me, and I just ain't no good, and we just get depressed. And you stop and watch somebody like that struggling with what that, and I've heard people say, God created all men equal. No, He didn't. God didn't near about create us equal. There's people born with cancer. There's people born with cerebral palsy. There's people born with abnormalities. I mean, people are born with all. We're born in different classes of people. Uh, you can be rich or poor or whatever. He did not create us. He created people with struggles, people with battles, and then things happen after we're born in the course of life. But you stop and you watch somebody like that that's struggling, and then somebody like me, I stop and go, you know what? God's been good to me, and it's humbling. But this guy's an inspiration, man. He is awesome. They ain't nobody got more grit than this man. I'm gonna tell you, they ain't. They ain't a tougher human in the world. Now, they might be some as tough, but they ain't one tougher. Chambers, we'll talk about that. When I get a chance, I will get up with you. I'm gonna try to get a video done this week. Yeah, Mike, during I watch Catman Outdoors. I follow him. I've never talked to him. I don't know that he would be interested in it or anything. If somebody personally knows him and he's interested, if they'll get with me, I'd be happy for him to do. He is an awesome guy. Me and him are a lot alike, except he's probably better at a lot of it, the hunting and fishing, than I am. Definitely better at the bow hunting than I am. I'll tell you that right now. But I do. I love Catman Outdoors up in Tennessee. I do follow him. I do follow him. Petey, good to see you tonight, y'all. Petey, we went on a ride today. Petey is the one, y'all, that helped me get in the deer camp. He is on the board of the club I'm in, so we can't be talking about any deer we shoot at night up there or anything like that on the live, okay? Because he'll be watching and see it. No, no, y'all know good and well I don't do nothing like that. I had to have a little fun with him. Petey is a good guy. And he is instrumental, him and Mr. David Bagger, in getting me a place to hunt this year. So to both of them, thank y'all for helping me make sure I got a place for me and Brody to hunt. And I don't know how much hunting Brody's gonna do. Sometime between now and fall, we're gonna have to get Brody shooting a 22 some more, and then I'm gonna see if Brody is ready for a higher powered rifle. He shot the 223 last year, but that 223 is a little heavy. Uh, we're gonna fix us a stand up there to where I can fix Brody up where he's looking one direction. I built that shooting house for me and him to sit side by side in, and I built it in a way that we only got to look one direction to where when Brody gets to where he's ready to actually try to shoot a deer, that we can get his rifle in a tripod and put it up looking that direction and just wait for the deer to show up. And all he's got to do is get up there on that tripod with the rifle. So that if he's ready for a bigger rifle, I'm probably going to buy him a Ruger American with that removable portion of that stock where it can shorten up and he can handle it better. And then as he gets older, we can put it back on it, or and I can use it, or he can use it, or whatever. And I'm probably leaning towards. Everybody said get the 350 Legend. I'm probably leaning towards putting him on the 7mm 08. Now I have already got a short 7mm 08, but the stock is long on it. It is a Model 7 Remington, an excellent rifle. And so I don't know. We're gonna work on getting Brody to see if he's ready to hunt. I don't know if Brody's ready. And I don't. How long some of y'all been watching? I don't push Brody to try to force him into nothing. If Brody wants to go hunting, I'm gonna set it up where he can go hunting. If Brody ain't interested in it, I'm not gonna make him go. Uh, I've watched a lot of young adults get ruined on hunting because their daddies made them go, drug them everywhere, and then they just had some bad experiences. And I'm this way. I'll stay too long. If I'm fishing, I'll fish all day, whether we catch them or not, because I'm happy to be there. I'm loving it. But I don't really stop and take into consideration that if we're not catching fish, he's miserable. So I don't make Brody go fishing every time I go fishing. I don't make him go hunting. If he wants to go, come on, I want you to go. But if he don't want to go, okay, stay here and play. And I don't know no better way to do that, handle that. Yeah, Unc, I mean, I want a 350 Legend, I think, in a rifle eventually to play with. but I don't know that that's what I want to put Brody on. And the reason is he's a kid. He's gonna make a bad shot. It ain't a matter of will he. I'll do my best to teach him how to shoot, all of that stuff. Uh, but he's a kid. He's gonna make a bad shot. I'm a grown adult. I made a bad shot last year. I mean, deer was moving. I rushed the shot. I found one speck of blood, no deer. I mean, that's all he is to it. I made a bad shot with a bow. It's gonna happen. So I want him that if he makes a bad or when he makes a bad shot, that he's got the best chance of us recovering that deer anyway. And I realize you can't shoot one in the rear end and probably get it, you know. You don't shoot at the foot, but y'all get what I'm saying. David, it's about the length of the gun, and I don't know that 270's got a lot of powder. Um, I'm leaning towards either the 308 or the 7mm 08 because it's less powder. It's a short action. 270's got a lot of punch to it. It's got a lot of powder in that case. So I'm gonna be against it for right now. Mike, y'all got the 5.56, the Ruger American. My only problem with the 5.56 is the bad shot this deal. The 5.56 will most definitely kill a deer. I've killed several deer with mine shooting 223s in it or whatever. But if he gets well, if I have had them run, and that I hate tracking deer. I can track deer as long as I got blood. I can track deer. I know people with dogs. I've had several people that have volunteered. Hey, if you need a dog, let me know. We got a good one. I'd love to just come track it, you know, and probably for me to film, track it, all that. Um, but I don't like having to do that. I like to shoot a deer. I really like to neck shoot a deer. That way, when I shoot, if I hit him, he's laying right there. If he ain't laying right there, more than likely I missed it. That don't always ain't possible. My daughter, she shot the 270 short mag, and she's never had a deer walk off from her. She's killed two deer, and they both laid down right there. So 243 is what I started on, Mike Harris. That is exactly what I killed my first deer, and 243 is a jam up good round. But there again, it's got a lot of penetration. I don't know if I really don't know if it is. I think the 7mm 08 is a better round, my personal opinion. But we'll see. I mean, I'm open to all opinions. I ain't like I'm right, everybody else is wrong, because I mean, there's been too many deer killed with a 22 rifle to say any of them won't kill a deer. I didn't say you should go deer hunt with a 22. I just said they've been killed with it, and we all know they have. They said up there in Tennessee that they couldn't even sell high powered rounds because people was using 22s. I don't know where I heard that. Oh, I gotta have a little fun with y'all. I had never, if I had never hunted with a 6.5 Creedmoor. I know a bunch of people that's hunting with them. I've heard they're better at long range than they are short range, or either I don't know. There's a lot of opinions on it. I hadn't personally had no experience with one. My dad's got one in an AR-10 that he built. So I don't really have a opinion on them myself personally. And I'm not one of them people to go to mouthing off about something that I hadn't done any experiments with. I mean, it just ain't practical. You can't talk about something you ain't fooled with or experimented with. So till I've shot one and shot deer with one, I can't really say, yeah, that's good or that's bad or you should have it or you shouldn't have it. I don't know. Remington 1187 12 gauge, fully rifled. You probably ain't wrong, Ham. I'll just tell you. A 12 gauge if you was down to two guns that you could own and all you could own was two guns, you need a 12 gauge and a 22. I mean that ain't even that's a no brainer. Then if you get to have a third one, you want to pick a high powered rifle. But there's no way if I had to feed myself that I would not have a 12 gauge and a 22. And if I could only have one, it'd be the 22 because I can kill a lot of stuff with a 22 that I could kill with a 12 gauge. Just a little further out there, I may not be able to kill it moving. So, what's y'all's opinions on that? If you could only have one gun, what would it be? Is anybody would choose something other than the 22 long rifle? I know I got some 22 Magnum fans in the house. I know they out there. Uh, I don't even own a 22 Magnum rifle. I need to remedy that here before long. Because, I love guns. I don't really do a lot of gun videos, but I've got a 17 HMR that kind of replaces 22 Magnum for me, and I love my 17 HMR. I'm not going to try to sit here and argue which one's better because a lot of controversy in that too, and that's a lot of opinion. But Unc said 50 caliber flintlock. Unc, would that be 50 caliber smoothbore or rifle? If you say smoothbore, I'm probably with you, but I would probably go 54 caliber. 54 caliber round ball, smooth bore, you can shoot shot in and all that. That would. Yeah, Mike, you ain't wrong on that either. Shot placement is everything. You exactly right. Rifle. So on small game, you gon' barking a squirrel is a thing. I know about that. So what about rabbit? Just gonna make sure you head shoot him. I mean, I can see that happening if you got a good one you can hit with. 62 in the smooth bore. What shotgun gauge is 62? Is that 28 or 20? That's 20 gauge, isn't it? 32 or a 36. Well, we talking about the one gun option, huh? When you go, if you can only own one gun to feed your family with for the rest of your life, I'm probably leaning. You're probably right. The flintlock would be the thing. If you could only have one gun board, the 22, you gonna run out of ammunition at some point. Now, most of us ammunition is ready available unless something happens to it all. You can horse trade for it. There's a lot of people with a lot of stockpile. It's gonna become currency. You could probably get 22 ammo in a normal situation for a while until all of a sudden communications cut off and you can't horse trade with people and for whatever reason you got to replicate everything yourself. Then the flintlock's gonna be money because you can make gunpowder if you can get the stuff. Now you got to be able to get the ingredients. Charcoal's pretty easy. Here, the sulfur may be a little tough to come by. I'm thinking this over in my mind. I really am. Oh, because with a flintlock, we don't have flint here, but I got a pretty good sized rock out there that is hard rock, flint rock. I brought from Alabama, so I could make flints for quite a while out of it. 62 smoothbore in a one gun situation. So, y'all, the reason that I'm saying the 62 smoothbore in a one gun situation is with a smoothbore, you can shoot round ball to allow you to kill a large animal easily, deer, whatever. But you can also load shot in there and it becomes same gun becomes a shotgun. It's sort of like putting the 22 thing in the 12 gauge, the what do you call them inserts in there that's got the little short barrel, and you can shoot 22 out of a 12 gauge shotgun. Uh, and I realize they make the 22 that's over the 28 gauge or the 20 gauge over the 22 Magnums, whatever. Stevens made them. But in my mind, that is a two gun. I mean, it's one gun, but it's two different calibers, two different ammos. I'd consider that a two gun deal. 36 caliber because you can load with triple alt bulk pellet. Yeah, Jeff, I got a lot of. I've probably got several thousand 22 long rifles on hand. I probably don't have enough of the 17 HMR. 76 caliber is 12 gauge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chambers, you better watch out. You're gonna get in trouble. Ignorant. That's a good one though. I might use that occasionally. We got to get back to the black powder, David Russian. I've been I've got to build a ramrod for my 36, but I'm wanting to shoot my black powder rifle. I've got one down there that does have a good barrel. Another topic, on your rifle, are you going to locate a replacement barrel? I was going to mention this other day, and then I said, well, I'm going to wait and talk to it. If you'll find some barrels that legitimately fit our rifles, because we've got some pretty similar rifles right there. Oh, that CVA, I can't remember if there's some minor differences in yours and mine with them 50 calibers. If we can locate some barrels, I'll buy us both one. I'll buy yours, I'll buy mine. We'll buy some barrels and we'll rebarrel these. Cause I think I could change all the stuff out and put the sights and all that stuff on the barrel if I just had a naked barrel that would work. Long as I had a breech plug that fit the gun that I have. The last time I was looking for a barrel for mine, I could not find one. So I figured that was the issue. So let me ask you this, if we just buy a 50 caliber blank stock barrel, can we change our breech plugs and thread them to go in there? I mean, we may have to cut an inch or two off the back to rethread it if the threads are different and rethread that. Is that a possibility? Yes, Jeff, I can reload anything that is center fire. Anything. I've got dies for almost every caliber there is, and lots of powder. The bullets and the primers are the hardest thing to acquire right now. David Rush, and you talking about that 50? I've got a 50 barrel down there that's rusted out that I am seriously thinking about polishing out with some of my knife making belts and drills and stuff. I don't know how effective I can be at it, but I am. When I get into full swing mode of black powder and I get one of those rifles shooting correctly, I'm gonna start playing with some of them other ones and either turn it into a smooth bore or something. I got a buddy. My buddy down here has got a lathe, but now I don't know. I don't know if he can do a barrel or not. But that's a long. James said that makes her a hypocrite. What would you use to take down a 400-pound animal without killing it? A pit bull. I'd want 2 pit bulls hanging off each ear, and I'd tie his feet together. That's exactly what I'd do because I've done it before. Y'all don't know it, but before YouTube, we used to have pit bulls and we hog hunted. Now, I never caught one that was 400 pounds, but we caught several that was 250, something like that. Most of them was honestly about 150 pounds. One dog would catch it, but 400 pounds, you need a pit bull hanging on each ear, and you're gonna have to throw him and get him out, get his feet out from under him, and tie his feet up. That's how you handle that. Uh, Once you get them feet tied up, you got him. But now you got your work cut out for you. It ain't gonna be easy, but it can be done. You just gotta get some grit and you crawl to do it. You gotta have your mind made up before you start, number one. Oh, did you get in a tree and John Rambo him with a knife? David Rush and you is I'm gonna be honest with you, Unc's barrel, from what I could see in that video, looked a lot like mine because he sent me one of them little lights and I dropped it down in my barrel. And I never did go back and really video me looking at it, but mine looked about like his. And I'm telling you, I could shoot and at 40 yards, everybody was talking about how awful I was at shooting, and it was a pillar and all this kind of junk. And the whole deal was that barrel looked like Unc's, and it'd throw a bullet over here and it'd throw one over there, up there. And I mean, there was a time or two it didn't even hit the board. I had a 2 foot wide by 4 foot board. It would not hit it every time. I mean, I went down there and you couldn't even find a mark on it at 40 yards. Y'all, I ain't that bad of a shot. So anyway, yeah, I can see where you couldn't hunt with it. I can't help you on no Hoyt. Don't know nothing about them. 20 feet, he'd have to be a big bear, wouldn't he? If you hit him. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me it's already 9:30. It's time to end this party, y'all. We having a good time, oh. Oh, a Medusa 357 takes about any caliber in the 356 to 357 diameter. It was an experimental pistol. Some say NASA scientists were building it. I've never heard of it. Huh? You might know something about it. I don't. I'm not familiar with that. Daryl Garrett said if ammunition got scarce, we would become better archery hunters. That and we would be better trappers. I'm gonna tell you, a roll of cable would go a long way. I just you can take a length of cable and chop it in two with a hatchet and plait a loop in the end of that cable and make you a snare of sorts. Pretty easy to hold a large animal. Uh, you hook it to a springy limb that's green and solid, and he could wear himself slim out, and you could get there and run a spear in him. I wouldn't recommend attacking especially a buck with horns, but really a doe either for that matter, because she can kick hard. Oh, don't ask me how I know, but you could take a spear and run up in there. And so my go-to, if I was no gun option, I'd be looking for me a roll of cable, probably 1/4 inch cable. Because if I needed to make small snares, I can unplait a length of it, and a piece that long would make me 6 or 7 small snares for whatever, and I could do 2 wires, 3 wire, triple them. Would they be perfect? I mean, if you got a perfect scenario, you're not scrounging. You're looking for what will give you multiple opportunities. In my mind, we may have to do a snare trapping series for a survival series to demonstrate some of that. But if I was down to I couldn't have a gun before, and I would definitely be shooting a bow. There's no question about that. I'd be getting good with it. But my money would be on the snares because you could snare rabbits, you could snare deer, you could snare anything that walks and crawls. You would just have to adjust your methods on how to target them. And we're not talking about hunting and what's legal. We're talking about in a survival situation because I'm well aware that snaring these animals is illegal. But if you go into survival mode, you're past what's legal. You're in survival. We're trying to stay alive here. So, if you go to jail, they'll feed you there till they execute you. Oh Lord, I shot an SKS once. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I don't reckon I got no reason to be against it. I have a saying. I think that everybody should do things the way they want to do it, as long as it ain't hurting somebody else. It don't matter to me. I mean, you do like you want to. Oh, y'all, it is about 9:30 nearly. We gonna have to stop. We done been going 2.5 hours. Them folks is gonna watch this tomorrow. Gonna be like, what in the world did they talk about for 2.5 hours? Oh Lord. I'm reading comments up there now. But look, y'all, we have had a good time chatting out here tonight. I have enjoyed it. I always enjoy drinking some coffee sitting around. And y'all, we're gonna fix it to where we can sit around campfire this fall somewhere and do some more chit chat. I looked for places in Tennessee to do uh, a camp out this fall. This week, I looked a couple of times. I was looking for a place that had some like tiny houses and cabins, and they're out there. But Lord, them things was outrageous. Say they $250 a night or so, and I'm like, "Ugh." So we're really gonna go back and we're gonna just have to do campgrounds and camp outs this fall. So my question is, y'all need to kind of let us know. Don't drop it in these comments because I won't never see it in here. Um, but we need to be thinking about where you'd like to spend. What would be a good neutral city? I would really prefer to stay out of the touristy area of the mountains because we want to try to get a campground that we can book far enough ahead that we can all be in sort of at least one area of the campground. Probably not going to look into doing fishing this trip. We fished some last time. The fishing went okay, but I one of the things I realized the fishing really separated me from everybody for a lot of the time. Uh, this time when we go into the fall, I want it to be cooler weather. We're gonna shoot for end of September, middle of October, probably. It'll be deer season, all that. I understand, but we want it to be cool enough that we can enjoy cooking outside. Not too cold to sleep in a tent, but not too hot to sleep in a tent for the people that want to pack a tent. I don't know what I'll do. If we get on up into Tennessee, I mean, I'll pull my camper wherever. But so what y'all need to be thinking about between now and next week or wherever is what cities have campground. I must have inhaled a mosquito. Um, and what general region and what campgrounds are available that we can get that y'all been to, not been to, where you'd want to be. We want to try to find a central location to everybody because I know a lot of y'all drove down from Ohio and Illinois and Indiana and everywhere. And y'all, I appreciate that. I want to do part of the driving this time. I don't want to put it all off on all of y'all. So I felt like if we get up in, I was thinking eastern half of Tennessee, not all the way over into the Smoky Mountains. I don't know. Apparently, I swallowed a bug. But I had thought about land between the lakes, but after I got to looking, not really sure there's a lot of good campgrounds in there. And they may be really booked up with hunting season there because there is a lot of hunting opportunities in there, which may be a good reason that we want to book and be there. So I'm open to it. Y'all be thinking about it, and next week, somebody bring it up and we will discuss trying to do early on in there what we want to plan for a camping trip for everybody and try to get some dates lined out and a location lined out. And let's plan an event for all of us to get together, hang out where we can just cook. I don't even want to fish. I don't want to have a boat. I want to be there to just cook and enjoy sitting around a campfire, drinking coffee and hanging out, and having a good time. If it's around the city and the women want to go shopping, and I mean, if the men want to go shopping, I don't care who does what. The benefit to the campground situation is if you've never met me, you've never met these other people, and you show up and you're like, oh, I don't really like them. I don't really want to hang out with them. You can go get in your own camper and stay in your own spot and mind your own business or pack up and go home or whatever. You're not obligated to anything. So I'm saying you can still have your privacy and private time. That's the way I see it. Uh, it worked out good this last time we did it, Pickensville in spring. Everything went flawlessly. I was blown away how well that weekend went. So we want to do it in the fall. So y'all be thinking about it. Be looking over some spot. Y'all help me come up with some ideas and locations and a time. Other than that, thank all of you for joining us tonight, to sitting around and having a good time and talking. Appreciate your views. I appreciate y'all helping me get to 50,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 75. Uh, the thing that I have not shared with y'all, and I've told a couple of people, but I had a preacher that was preaching and he stopped and looked at me, didn't know who I was. And I'm not going to call his name on here because that's all irrelevant to what I'm telling. But he was preaching. He stopped, looked at me. He didn't know who I was, didn't know I had a YouTube channel, didn't know me from Adam's House Cat. And he said, when you get to 50,000, it's going to shift. He said, when you get to 75, it's going to shift again. So we to 50. We're going to watch what God does with this from here, y'all. I have put everything in the hands of the Lord. I'm just here for the ride. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for helping me get there and being an instrument in what the Lord is doing through this channel. We helping people. We reaching some people. So I appreciate all of you that have stuck with me, that have been here through all of this. I love every one of you. I want to get to meet every one of you. I want to get to sit down and have a cup of coffee and a conversation around a campfire with every one of you. That is what I like to do. So with that being said, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We love you. We'll see you next time. Y'all have a good one. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.